Hey everyone, this is Jacqui Cooper with Crypto Mom 2, and I have a really special episode for us today. It's all about crypto and taxes and what you need to know. Again, going into the new year 2022, there have been a lot of changes coming up. And there are things that you need to know, especially if you are getting involved in the blockchain space. So give me a moment while I go ahead and share my screen with you. And there is some very special information that is going to be shared today. So I am going to be sharing a video that was actually created by the Crypto Tax Lab. And I'm going to be having Sharon on the Crypto Mom 2 talk show soon. So we'll be able to answer all your questions, as to what taxable events are, things like that. Anyway, I'm going to start sharing my screen and take a listen. Definitely reach back out to me at cryptomom2consulting@gmail.com. I'm here to help you. I'm here to, I'm not giving financial advice, it's educational information. I have an e-organizer that I'm happy to share with you that will make it easier for you to be able to access your information for your family, and also to help you with any estate planning or other family planning that you might want to do within the new year. So let's take a listen, and again, reach back out to me, like and subscribe.
Welcome, everybody. I'm so happy to see you guys here. I'm seeing some familiar names in the audience, so good to see you guys, and welcome again, and thank you so much for taking the time to attend this webinar. So today our topic is Introduction to Crypto Tax Lab for Tax Practitioners. Let's take a look at the agenda. We are going to first do a quick introductions, and then we are going to give you guys a sample and basic lesson called Most Common Crypto Activities and Their Tax Implications. And then we will do a preview of our January live event, which is the Crypto Tax Lab program. And then at the end, we will do some Q&A. Please feel free to write your questions in the Q&A section throughout the webinar. You don't have to wait until the end. If you think of any questions, please go ahead and write it there, and then we will answer them when we get to the Q&A section. Now, let's do a little bit introduction about myself. Some of you probably already know me. So my name is Sharon Yip. I'm a CPA. I have over 20 years experience in tax, and 13 years of that, I was in public accounting, and then I spent 6 years in corporate. Before I left public accounting, I was a senior tax manager at Deloitte, one of the big 4 firms. And before I started my own business, I was a tax director at a Fortune 500 company. In 2017, I accidentally got into crypto. Since then, I have participated in many different crypto activities, such as crypto trades, cloud mining, Bitcoin investment programs, ICOs. And this year, I started to do staking and DeFi. I formed my crypto tax practice in early 2018, shortly after I started my crypto investment, because at that time I realized that there was almost no official guidance about how to handle crypto taxes. And I couldn't find anybody to help me with my tax return. So I figured maybe I should just go ahead and do it myself. And since then, I spent a lot of time studying the subject, and I became an expert in it because since I formed my practice, I did nothing except crypto tax services. And because of my intensive involvement and laser focus in this niche, I became really good at it. And then I published articles on Bloomberg Tax. I got interviewed by news media such as CoinDesk, Crypto News, BitIRA, etc. And I even provide advice to the IRS before the pandemic. And I got invited by the IRS to attend their inaugural virtual currency summit about 2 years ago. 1 year ago, I co-founded a Polygon advisory group. Due to overwhelming demand for our crypto tax services, we couldn't grow fast enough, and we had to turn away a lot of prospects. Many people came to us because their CPA or tax preparer cannot handle their crypto tax calculation. Therefore, they had to find someone else to help them. We realized that there is a crisis in the profession. That's why we decided to launch the Crypto Tax Lab program, which we will talk more about later in this webinar. Now, I would like to introduce my co-host, Justin. Justin?
Hey, everybody. All right. So I'm Justin Schabel. I'm executive producer of New District Media. I've teamed up with Sharon. We've known each other for several years now. I'm also an adjunct professor at Georgetown University. I've been a crypto investor since 2017. And my story is probably pretty typical to most stories for the kind of crypto trader who's been around for a couple years or who's just getting started this year. And that is that in 2018, well, the 2017 run up, we had a big bull run in 2017, and we saw Bitcoin peak out around $20,000 per coin. I didn't realize that there was going to be a lot of tax implications to my crypto trading. I think I'd conducted about 600 trades, 600 transactions during the course of 2017 into early 2018. But I didn't have any real record of it other than the exchanges that I'd been using. So midway through 2018, after taxes had been due and filed, I thought, I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything about my cryptocurrency. Was that the right thing to do? Can they trace it? Does the IRS know? Does the IRS care? I had all those typical questions I think that the average, person in crypto has. But so I started with my CPA. I went to my CPA, who I've had for, at that point, going on almost 16 years. I went to my CPA and asked for some advice and assistance, and all that she could offer was, the knowledge that I was going to have to file an amended return, but she didn't know anything about crypto. And so I was kind of this weird dead end. So I started doing some research and thought, well, I'll try to figure out how to do this on my own. I bought a couple website softwares, and it was so incredibly complicated. I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. So I did a little bit more research, and very fortunately, I came across Sharon, and I called her. She took my call, thank goodness, and we talked for about an hour, and we were off and running at that point. She helped me get it all cleaned up and straightened out. I did owe taxes, and that's fine. It was actually a wonderful, valuable lesson learned, because for those, last year and this year who are getting letters from 2016, 2017, 2018 from the IRS, I'm very, very fortunate that I was not one. So that's how my story, with Sharon began, and this is where we are today. So let's get into the presentation this evening. Again, just as a quick reminder, if you have questions, make sure that you're putting it into the chat. If it's kind of a question about the platform or whatever, Blake will do his best to answer it. But any questions that are actually specific tax related or crypto related, we're going to answer those at the end of the session. So I'm also going to go ahead and end this poll. Thank you to everybody for participating with that. In fact, I can click share results if everybody's interested in kind of seeing what those results look like. Let's talk about the life cycle of crypto. Actually, let me get a quick show of, not a show of hands, if you would, just in the chat, put how much, vocabulary around crypto do you know, kind of ranking 1 to 10. If you would, just, you feel very comfortable with crypto and the terminology, click 10. We're getting some 7s, some 5s, some 2s, kind of middle of the road. Okay, so Laura comes in with "I know nothing." Laura, welcome. Hopefully we'll get you a couple numbers on the way.
So I'm going to stop this right now. I want to suggest that those that are listening like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, so that way you can have full access to other videos that I'll be sharing throughout the time of Crypto Mom 2. So definitely like and subscribe so I can send you some additional information and you can see the postings that happen all the time. So I'm going to continue the video, but before I do that, definitely take your time right now to like and subscribe.